What's up, brothers and sisters? We are a bit late, and we are sorry for that. 10 minutes, African timers, it's us. And we are hoping that you're well today. It's a great day because yesterday when we slept, actually it's 9 p.m., 9:12 p.m. in the eastern part of Africa. When we slept yesterday, we didn't know that, the AES had decided that they are leaving the ICC. I mean, they said it's over, we don't want it. And they left. They had their own communications, and I hope that you have watched that video. But if you haven't, don't worry, we'll play it for you. So we are celebrating that, and we're talking much about that because this affects a lot of us, because it's something that we need to do, and there are things that the AES have done which, if we recount, you'll be amazed. Like, these are the only guys who started by withdrawing all the French bases. Actually, they started by ending their military cooperation, and withdrawing all the military bases, right? Then they exited from ECOWAS like nobody's business. These guys were like, you know what? You guys, instead of being our brothers, you have been pushing us to the edge. You have been, actually, it was Nigeria. Tinubu was the first guy who, he would switch off electricity like it's his house he's switching off, not knowing that the people of Niger are suffering in hospitals. They are babies in incubators and all that. So they said, you are not our brothers, you only pretend. But Tiani came and told us what? This organization was taken by the French in 1994. It was a very beautiful expose, and we celebrate that. Then we saw them reclaiming their mining resources. And reclaiming their mining resources, they would mine their gold, and at the same time they would process. They had cooperation with Russia, with China, and now they are building like Burkina. They already have their own refineries for gold. Then what else did they do?
The suspension or the banning of political parties. I remember in Mali.
Yeah.
As Mikoto just went, we are switching it off, and it didn't give us any explanation.
Political parties come with the democracy. And these people, politicians, are the worst people you can. Actually, what they do is, because this type of democracy, Western democracy, where they use division. Like, we are not like them, we are not like that tribe, we are not like them, it's our person, you vote for me, I don't know what. And that one is now coming to make no sense in this time and age. So political parties, they ended political parties, and they ended democracy as we knew it, because that is a Western democracy. We had our own type of democracy. Then these are the only guys in Africa where we are seeing
reciprocity.
Like we were talking the other day of how France has withdrawn from the cooperation with Mali on terrorism, cooperation on fighting terrorism, anti-terror cooperation, and now they chased out 2 of the Malians diplomats. What did Mali do?
5.
Was it Mali or Niger?
Mali.
So this is where we are seeing reciprocity. If you do this to us, we do it 2.5 times.
I also remember when they were told they can't be flying their airlines. They can't be. I think they closed the borders. France closed the borders to the ES, all 3 of them.
They stopped the France. France stopped coming to the.
And then this guy said, you know what? Keep it. Up until today.
These guys want to come back, but
it's closed. Gates are closed.
Then
I love that.
What these guys are doing together is strengthening their armies. I was looking at a list of, the budget of the countries of Africa where they are using the massive amount of funds, but like the biggest percentage of their funding is going to military. I think Nigeria is number 1. Then we have the AES, like Niger, Burkina, Mali. Those guys are using. Actually, someone was saying, like, in Burkina, only 60% of their budget
Yeah.
goes to military. And that's why they are able, and they are not taking loans. They're able to buy drones worth millions of, CFA or dollars. Then remember the MONUSCO, the
UN organization.
yeah, and the mercenaries.
Yeah.
Remember, and also the NGOs. These guys were able to check them out, all of them. Actually, we don't hear that again.
But I've always had a problem with, especially travel. You hear 3 months suspension, 2 months. I don't know what
No,
the
3 months
motive
suspension
is.
is usually for
Organizations.
media.
No, even for these organizations that are perpetrating propaganda and reporting false news, giving us reports that are false, you hear they're given 3 months. I don't know why.
That is usually the media. For when
Why
it comes
can't
to
they
suspending
why
these
can't they
organizations,
shut them down for good?
the organizations, we find that most of them they shut them down.
Yeah.
Then they have been banning the French propaganda and disinformation media, and that's what you're saying. Like when it comes to, for example, Radio France, France 24, they have. It's like the government is always looking at them. Are you spreading propaganda? If you are, 3 months, 6 months,
Yeah.
and coming back becomes, and they it's not just the suspension. You pay a lot of money. So nowadays they are very careful.
I wish they could tell, because you'll never find Faso 7, for example, in France.
You don't.
Or what's this one? This other one called? The
Burkina
RTN,
24,
RTN.
RTB.
Yeah,
Radio
you will
Transmission
never
Burkina.
find them
You
in
won't.
France.
Yeah,
Why do
you
we
won't.
have them in
You
our
won't.
countries? Are we obliged to have them?
Yeah.
No.
So the next one, which is the next one that you really, really remember?
I think the decolonization of our streets, our monuments, and then we have the school
there's that
curricula.
boulevard
Remember when Burkina Faso introduced the culture? I think it's cultural studies or something, and then they reintroduce, our cultures and our values.
Like I think it's usually on May
they
5th,
celebrate
May
it, yeah?
15th, or May 15th. Every year they celebrate their culture.
Yeah.
And Ibrahim Traore is a Muslim, but he's supporting those people who are not Muslim, like those people who are 100% African spirituals.
Yeah.
So that guy is doing a massive or a lot of work. Then I remember Koitasimi introduced a university where we were saying the University of Occult Sciences. Like, do you know how many countries have been able to do that?
Yeah.
I think this thing is only being supported somehow in South Africa. Like, we are able to study our own
medicine,
our own ways of life, spirituality. It's only been done, I think, in South Africa and your home country of Eswatini. But
I think just last month they had a meeting of traditional leaders in Swaziland. I love it. And people are criticizing the king for bringing them to our country.
But when it comes to countries like Kenya, they say we are a Christian country. Those are occult, they are evil. So it's what our forefathers used to practice, and our own higher supreme father. This is the way he showed our ancestors, and this is our way of life. Then they have finally withdrawn from the ICC. And you know what else we are waiting for? The introduction of their currency and ditching the CFA, maybe ditching the UN, because
I love that. Currently there's the UNGA.
Yeah. Currently,
are they part of it?
I think they have sent diplomat, but they're not there. But the person who is there is John Maifai. John Maifai is there, and he's really, really embarrassing himself.
This guy was busy rubbing him.
Yeah, I liked him, yeah. I think I can share that video of this.
Macron with John Maifai.
Yeah.
It was very disgraceful.
It's crazy.
I was like, oh my God.
I'll share it as we go.
You will see a puppet just by the company that he has around him.
Yeah.
Macron seemed very comfortable to see his friend, very happy, getting, some feedback. Hey, you guys, how are we getting our money back, our resources?
And the problem is, man, okay, the group they were with was what is the name? This new president of Syria, who was perceived a criminal.
I've forgotten the name.
Yeah, but we'll go there. But right now, let us look at the AES withdraw from the ICC, and by there they started last week, where they unveiled the framework for AES Criminal Court, and they were talking. We did that video. They were talking about how the ICC does not listen to them because they'd taken France to the ICC. Nobody even thought about. Nobody cared. So we have this video which is in our channel. So if you have not watched, please you can watch, but you can also watch here, because this guy is directly reading what is in the document, the communique.
Withdrawal from the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court. Burkina Faso, the Republic of Mali, and the Republic of Niger have each, in the exercise of their sovereignty, ratified the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, ICC, on April 16th, 2004, August 16th, 2000, and April 11th, 2002, respectively. Since joining the Rome Statute, the three countries have cooperated with the ICC not only on the basis of the relevant provisions of the statute, but also on the basis of agreements and memoranda of understanding regarding the conditions for the ICC's establishment and operations on their territory. However, over time, they have come to realize that this court has turned into an instrument of neo-colonial repression in the hands of imperialism, thus becoming the global example of selective justice. Indeed, the ICC has proven incapable of addressing and prosecuting confirmed war crimes, crimes against humanity, genocide, and crimes of aggression, while it has maintained an inexplicable, baffling, and complacent silence toward the perpetrators of such crimes. It relentlessly targets certain actors who do not belong to the close circle of beneficiaries of institutionalized international impunity, even in violation of its own statute. In light of this situation, the governments of Burkina Faso, the Republic of Mali, and the Republic of Niger, forming the Confederation of Sahel States, hereby inform the confederal public and the international community of their sovereign decision to withdraw from the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court with immediate effect. This decision is part of the stated intention of the AES member states to fully assert their sovereignty. The AES member states have decided to rely on endogenous mechanisms to strengthen peace and justice, while reaffirming their commitment to promoting and protecting human rights in accordance with their societal values and to fighting against all forms of impunity. The states of the AES Confederation,
in accordance to their societal values, like it's an African thing. It's beautiful.
while expressing their gratitude to the United Nations and its member states, assure their commitment to continue cooperating within other appropriate frameworks for the promotion and protection of human rights and the respect of state sovereignty. Done in Bamako on September 22nd, 2025. Signed.
Wow, that was amazing. And that communique which he's reading directly is this one, and it's this one and this one. In this case, it's been translated to English on Google. So if you are listening to this video after the live, you can pause and read for yourself. It's that is the first page, and this is the second page. So that was the best news we could hear from yesterday, because for me, when I remember the first time I heard about the International Criminal Court was when the previous president, an ex-president of Sudan, his name was Omar al-Bashir, was being targeted by the ICC. And at some point, the former president of Kenya, who was Mwai Kibaki, received him in Kenya. And the ICC was telling, when your country is part of the ICC and someone has been, they have put an arrest warrant against him, your country is supposed to arrest him. Imagine you invite, for example, William Ruto invites Museveni, then they say arrest Museveni.
Yeah, in your country.
That could lead to Uganda military coming to fight, invading Kenya.
Yeah.
I mean, can you even think about something like that? So
They use you to fight their battles. That is what they do.
So to me, this court, and it was started in 2002, right? Let me stop that and share. The ICC was started in 2002 under the multilateral Rome Statute, what the Minister of Communication in is it the Niger or is it the Malian is talking about? And when you look at the map, this map, you see that most of the countries are actually, I was surprised Ethiopia is not even part of it. You see, Ethiopia is not part of it. Even Rwanda and Burundi. Yes, and Swaziland is not part of it. Mozambique is not part of it. Angola. There's Angola, there's Zambia is part of it.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, Zimbabwe is part of it. It's Zimbabwe is not. This is Botswana, right?
Yeah.
And this is Namibia is part of it. So Zimbabwe is not. And Angola is not. Then we have Cameroon is not. This is Togo or Benin.
And what makes people be eligible?
You just join. You just join and you are part of it.
Are you sure Zimbabwe is not because of the sanctions and all?
No. United States, we said sanctioned it is not part of it. And United States is the one which keeps on saying, hey, arrest that one. And by the way, crazy news coming from the United States about the ICC where let me stop sharing that because these are crazy news. These are crazy news coming from the United States where the US itself is saying that it will sanction the International Criminal Court with sanctions. Why do they want to sanction it? Because it's it's investigating Israel, right? The United States is considering imposing sanctions as soon as this week against the entire ICC, putting the court's day-to-day operations in jeopardy in retaliation for investigations of suspected Israeli war crimes. So this court might, fear or wind down or stop because they are scared of sanctions, because these sanctions are targeting specific people. So this is not an independent court which can say we don't care, or which can say we have our own military. This guy is accused of war crimes. Let us go and arrest him. They cannot do this, So I don't think that this court really does something. The next time I heard about this court is after the 2007 post-election violence in Kenya, where we lost a lot of our brothers and sisters to politics and politicians, yapping, tribalism and all that. And several people were arrested, but the two, which is the former president and the current president, were taken to The Hague with some other two guys, and it went as it went, and finally they were released, and they came back and became the president and the vice president. That is the mediocrity that we love here in Africa. Someone has been implicated in something crazy.
For crimes against humanity.
And that's the president you want.
It's
that's democracy.
But I love what the AES is proving to us and showing us that these things are possible. You can just withdraw and get out of this nonsense if it doesn't serve you. They did it with ECOWAS. They are now doing it with ICC. Hopefully, they will do it with, the rest of them, your UNs and all these others that are not serving the interest of the African people, because these things are not ours until we make our own, which they are doing. The Sahelian Court, we saw just today, they are making the Confederal Parliament. This is where they'll be making their own laws and taking people to their own Sahel court, where judges will be one of their own, with the rules and guidelines on this crime. This is how you do it. If probably it's a crime, small crimes like the ones for road, committing some crimes on the road and driving, maybe, bad driving, those ones you'll be taken to help with some construction, or maybe build some road somewhere where, things are being developed. So we need our own courts. We need our own things that are for Africans, going to serve the African people, designed by the African people. As we are saying, they had, they've created a system where our spirituality is now part of whatever they do.
Like everyone, everyone in the three countries is accepted, regardless of, because religion is man-made, and the best that you can do is have a relationship with the Most High. I mean, and your ancestors, the way you worship, nobody cares whether you follow this religion or you should not be divided based on religion or where you come from and all that. So to our brothers and sisters who are joining right now, welcome. Today we're talking about the famous, or what is trending, the withdrawal of the AES from the International Criminal Court, the Rome Statute, and they are unveiling the framework for the AES Criminal Court. So there are people who, they keep talking about people like the former president who stayed for some months, then Ibrahim Traoré took over in Burkina Faso, and some other guys who have been accused of crimes against humanity. Those people will not need to be taken to The Hague, to the ICC in the Netherlands, but these people will be charged within the country. So if those people manage to come back to Burkina and are arrested, they could be taken to Mali, Niamey, or the capital of Mali is Bamako, or they can stay in Ouagadougou. But that is it. I mean, you are not going anywhere. We are judging you according to our own way of life, the African way. And there's also information that after their withdrawal yesterday, they have to wait for 1 year for it to take effect. It's like the way they withdrew from the ECOWAS. So I'm happy for this guy.
But we are clear with this one, there won't be any Tunubu or Jomai to keep on saying, come back.
No,
I know for this one, nobody cares.
Like we just,
because they are not serving your interests. You go, your problem.
And the good is, I want to share that video with that picture where it's showing the member countries. You see, if you look at the countries that are members, most of the countries that are just in South America and Africa. Okay, the whole of Europe will be there because they are the masterminds. These people usually carry us as your own child. The way you tell a child, don't do that. If you do that, I'll beat you.
The way Joy was being pat on the back by...
See, if you do this, I'll beat you. If you do this, I cannot allow. It's like a child. And that's what makes the three presidents of the AES very angry. You don't think that we are equal or capable of doing things. And we want to show you. Like right now, you see, Europe has formulated this ICC. And because we are like their kids, we have to join. If you look at South America, I mean, all of it has joined except, I don't know if this is Panama or what is it called? Nicaragua. I'm not sure. Then we have Mexico and these other countries. Then we have the likes of Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, all that joining. Then we have Capo Verde, then Senegal, Guinea-Bissau is not there, and a whole lot of countries. But I'm so happy for Ethiopia and Somalia. These people decided we are not joining. And Eritrea, by the way, and Sudan. And why would they want to arrest Omar al-Bashir? And it
And
was
it's not part of
Sudan
this
is
thing.
not part of the ICC. It's crazy. It's crazy. But if Russia and the US are not part of it, and they call shots, Israel is it? I see. I don't see it. I don't see Israel
It should be up.
somewhere here. Yeah, maybe it's not part of it. So this court doesn't have powers. It's like the UN. Who calls the shots for the UN? The US, the people who fund the UN. So it's all the same.
Yeah.
Another organization that I don't even know what it is the Commonwealth. You know the Commonwealth.
Common poverty. That's what Mapunga calls it.
Common poverty.
Yeah.
Commonwealth, they have games, they have, it's not like the BRICS.
Mm.
The only time I hear Commonwealth is when they are Commonwealth games. But this is like to say, I still own you, as the UK I still own you, and you're part of me. Those things don't even
It's
make
neo-colonialism.
exactly. It's like the
The
La,
part of
the La Francophonie,
Yeah.
which these guys left, by the way.
It's more of the part, the Commonwealth is more of the pact of continued colonialism for the Francophone countries. Just by signing into this deal that you continue being in this group of people who were enslaved by me. This is continued.
Because I still own land
Yeah,
in your country.
because you still own me, you still control the shores. That's why you see when most of our leaders, the new presidents are being, inaugurated. After some time, you see them going to the UK to do some, as people call them, to pay homage to this king and queen who will forever be ruling in our countries. So we are all in this neo-colonialism nonsense. And until we have Traores, Assimigotas, and Chianis, we are doomed.
Yeah, and by the way, the equivalent of the Commonwealth in these countries is called Organisation Internationale de
They
la
have their own.
Francophonie. Yeah, they have their own. And if you look at this,
Yes,
they left. They left last year. You
Oh,
remember?
nice.
This is it. Then you have the likes of
Wow.
Congo, Cameroon, Gabon. They are here.
Yeah, these guys are not here
Egypt.
to joke around.
Yeah, and I wonder what. Okay, green are the observers.
Suspended members.
Green are the observers. We have suspended. But
That's
they left.
beautiful.
They left. Then we have blue is associated members. That is Ghana. Ghana wants to be part of this nonsense. Ghana associated. They are being called. Then okay, we have another, the national members. Now these are the members and the regional members. What is France in this? Let's see. France, it's a member because it's the master here.
It's the organization.
Yeah. So
I'm just glad that the ES was suspended. Whether it was suspended or chose to leave, I definitely think they chose to leave themselves. They wouldn't wait for them to suspend them from such.
Yeah, it doesn't. So it does this thing, and by this is a move. This is just one of the moves that we are expecting, and because these guys are showing Africa the way. I'm sure in the next 10 years, Africa will be like, I want to be like the ES. Even if you want to be president in the next, say, 5 years, you have to align yourself with these guys.
Yeah.
You have, I'm telling you, it won't be like Malawi, where Malawians didn't have a choice. It's either you stick with Chakwera, who is busy praying in the walls of Jerusalem and preaching in the streets,
Kissing walls.
doing whatever, but not making the lives of people better, or going back to a president who will not serve you. He was there and he failed, and he failed, but now that is your choice. And this guy was there when his brother ruled. His brother actually bought his own jet, a presidential jet, where after buying, the fuel and the economy of Malawi just collapsed. There was no fuel because the money that was supposed to buy that bought the private jet. And one person from Malawi said, that is not a private jet. And I'm like, is it in a part of the Malawian fleet? Then it's private.
Yeah.
It's not for you
Malawians
guys.
are always offended when you talk about their issues, and they are so reluctant to take up, to make a difference. I feel for me, they always go with whatever option we have, we just choose from that. They are very calm people who don't want trouble, who don't want to cause problems for themselves. Whatever you give them, they accept it and they move with it.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. That kind of mentality
But I
will
think
not take
it's-
us anywhere in
it's-
Africa.
It's Africans.
No,
We-
look at Traore, look at Assimi Goïta. Those people said
let me
we are
tell
done
you.
with this nonsense.
Yeah, good for their countries. But when you look at any other country, even right now we are talking about Tanzania because
Are
they
you
are
sure
voting.
Kenyans are not like that?
Yeah.
The same?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's like, we will when it comes to, that's why we are saying democracy is a farce and politics is nonsense. It's
No,
just a
but
waste of
in
time.
Kenya you'll have to fight to make the people believe in whatever agenda you have.
No, okay, you listen to them, it's a lie. They come back, they won't do it, but you still vote for them.
But
I
the
mean,
young ones will always fight what is not
it's the new generation.
their standard.
And in Kenya, we have this part of the young people, I think, and the internet is so huge in Kenya. Like we are like the best, one of the countries
You
with the
don't
best
mess with
internet.
Kenyans online.
Yeah, so we have good internet.
Mm.
Our people are educated because of the former president Mwai Kibaki. He made sure that education was free.
Mm.
But now, is it free? You
Stories
see?
for other days.
So Malawi and Tanzania is going there because you see even the big musicians are praising Samia
But
Suluhu.
Tanzanians are also like that. Very watu wapole.
Like calm?
Very calm.
No, I don't
They
think. Go
don't
to
want
the
trouble.
internet.
It's like Ugandans, honestly. Do you expect Ugandans to rise?
Uganda cannot.
They
do
are
anything.
all the same.
No, Uganda can. Uganda is complicated. And if you're listening to this from Uganda, it's complicated for you guys.
No, we need liberators like Traores, people who are ready to die
But
for what they believe in.
It's very so difficult when the person who is leading the army is the son of the president, as in Uganda, or is a family member. It's so difficult.
And that's where you see that these people are really our enemies. How do you place, if you trust that you are doing what is right for the people, why do you feel like you need to safeguard your interest? If you know for sure, I'm serving you with all that I have and all that the country has. You are putting your uncle, your brother, just to make sure that nobody fights you.
Uganda,
now you should know
Uganda
that
is voting next year.
And he was
and President Museveni has been there for how many years? 40?
40 something.
40.
Yeah.
So
I saw his speech pleading with Uganda. Please, Uganda, this is the last time Museveni.
But he always said that the last time. Like he's running for the 9th term, since 1986. He's been president since 1986.
So it's gonna be 40 years next year.
Yeah. So it's 40. So he ruled for 40 years. Then he's saying, I'll make it better. He was pleading.
Just give me some time to finish my project.
Give me 5 more years. Bro has been in power for 40 years. Someone was born in Uganda. He has children.
Died. Probably even died. Yeah. There's a lot that have died. The kind of leaders that we have, your Paul Piers.
Uganda should be a very rich country.
The problem is that these people never see beyond what they like. What Museveni is saying, you want to finish which project? Honestly, you have had all these years, you couldn't execute and finish in all these years. What is this project that you want to finish? Unless it's your project, your cow projects in your farms, then that is understandably so. But what is this project that you have been building or making for 40 years and you still haven't accomplished it? Traore has been in power for how long?
3 years.
3 years. This guy has built how many kilometers of road?
He's vowed to build 5,000 every year. And I think when he came into power, he found only 400 kilometers.
And you are seeing people working day in, and people, when they believe in the leadership of the country, they will voluntarily do the work. I've been seeing a lot of old women holding your shovels, working on the roads.
Yeah.
Fasomebo.
And I was telling someone that leading Africans, especially young people, you know, Africa has the biggest young population.
Yeah.
And I was telling them leading Africans is very easy because you only need to support them like the way Ibrahim Traore is doing. And once you support them, you just let them be, let them innovate, just support. You see, like I remember Ibrahim Traore going to launch a company by a certain lady, and she was doing shea butter only, and she had employed like over 20 young ladies. You see, something like that. You know, she's not doing much, but she's doing very good.
And
So-
getting the support from the president.
Exactly.
Imagine.
Like there's this time you were talking about Dangote coming from Nigeria, and what you said is, I wish Dangote came from a country where he's been supported by the government. And then this guy comes to Ethiopia and he's being supported by the Ethiopian government, and like, boo, this is where I am building. He has cement factory, he's building a fertilizer factory. So that's how easy it is to support. You just support Africans. And I think the former president of Kenya, President Mwai Kibaki, that's what he did. Kenya was nothing. He just went to China and he started supporting Africans, Kenyans.
In most
building
cases,
roads.
our presidents are not so excited when they see their own, making it and doing it huge in their country or even outside the country. Most times, and I've seen this with Tinubu and Dangote, I've not seen them really working closely. For somebody who is the richest man in Africa, you don't want to put them so close to you to bring in, attract investors to help you improve your economy and learn from him. As the president, you could learn a lot from Dangote, but you don't want to be associated. Well, we are not seeing it in public. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. But for most of our presidents, they usually don't like it when they see their own succeeding and excelling in their country. So they always put out taxes, policies that are not conducive for business and for these business people. I don't know why. Is it greed?
I think it's greed because there was a time that, like some 2-3 years ago, Dangote wanted to enter the Kenyan market because he's investing in our neighboring country, Ethiopia. And when he wanted, in Ethiopia, he has built a 1.2 billion cement plant that is producing and exporting cement. So he has invested in many countries in Africa, Zambia, Zimbabwe, DRC. But in 2017, I think it was 2017, I'm not very sure. And this guy wanted to come to Kenya. Kenya, there are many quarries where they mine
Cement.
No, they mine this mineral, sodium bicarbonate, limestone. And Dangote wanted to come to Kenya and do some, mining and production of cement. And he brought some cement. At that time, I think cement in Kenya was retailing for like 600 or 700 Kenya shillings.
650.
Yeah. And this guy comes to Kenya and he just brought his cement from Ethiopia. And his cement was retailing at half that price.
Yeah.
And people are running and saying, yes,
This is
we
it.
want we want to join. And he wanted to invest 34.6 billion Kenya shillings in a cement factory here in a very remote county called Kitui. But do you know what happened? When he came to Kenya, one politician asked him for a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know who that person is. A lot of people would say the president. A lot of people would say the vice. There were many allegations, but these guys could not pay that amount the amount he was asked.
Yeah,
So
it was
what?
not making business sense.
Yeah. So what he did, he said, whatever I'm out of here. He
Mm.
left and I think went to Tanzania or I don't know.
Mm.
So that is how bad it is for us. Like
Yeah.
we lost that guy, and when that guy comes, like you hear in Ethiopia, he has a cement factory. He's starting a fertilizer factory and on an oil refinery because Ethiopia has been importing a lot of oil. So those are the people we need to hold close.
Mm.
Because when he comes to the country, you find that he will even be supporting the young people,
Of course.
giving some seed capital. I want to start
Employment.
this. He gives, so you get even local investors growing,
Mm.
But now we have a monopoly of Indian factories producing cement. Now, right now, it's retailing at almost $10. It's 50 kgs for $10 one bag. It's a lot of money for the common Kenyans. So, yeah.
We continue to suffer. I'm seeing our time is up. Do you want to wrap it up?
So, what I can say is this is a very, very great move for the AES. I mean, I wish every country in Africa where. What has gone for Ethiopia now that they are not part of the ICC? Nothing. What goes wrong for a country like, is it Mauritania? Nothing.
Yeah.
They are okay. They are not part of it. What about Mozambique? What about Angola? They are still living. What we need is African bred and raised and bred organizations.
Yeah.
Like the African Union needs to stop being a part of the European Union and becomes the real African Union.
Mhm.
The ICC, we need to leave that and come and build the ACC, African Criminal Court or African Court of Justice, We need to leave the UN, United Nations, and build African nations or Alkebulan nations or whatever we need to call up our continent. We need to be independent. We need to decolonize. That's what they are doing in Burkina. We need to build our very own, support our very own. That's what we are doing in African Past, by the way. So join us. We have a WhatsApp group that you join in our description, even right now in our description.
Yeah. I wish also we could have shared the information here. But it's beautiful news as we are wrapping up. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for joining us and for being part of this, conversation. We are excited to see that the AES countries continue to push through and pave the way for the rest of us. Maybe in the next 10, 20 years, the rest of African countries will change their ways because we often hear, I don't know, Agenda 2063, Agenda, I don't know, Policy 2050, and you wonder, who told you you'll be alive?
Who will be there to...
Who told you? Because you are talking here and planning for things that are going to happen in the next 50 years. Will you be there to see them being accomplished?
Do you know Paul Biya? You know Paul Biya?
Cameroon.
Yeah, Paul Biya and Tinubu also talk about...
The agenda, I don't know. I mean, already you have finished your agenda.
Yeah.
You're almost finishing the agenda. And here you are sitting sleepy in some boardroom in some, I don't know, UN what, to discuss something that you know for yourself that you might not even be. High chances you will not be there.
And you are here.
And you are here planning for it. We have the AES which says we are doing it and it's now.
And when you look at Ibrahim Traore, for example, the roads, he says we are building 5,000 kilometers.
Not we will, we are.
We are. You see, when you look at someone like something like say Kenya. Kenya says we start building a nuclear power plant in 2027. I compare Kenya because that's my mother country, my father country. When you go to Burkina, when Ibrahim Traore takes and goes to Russia and says we want that next year, and they started. talk about the way they started growing wheat, because the whole of West Africa, I'll tell you, the Francophone West Africa, France told them they cannot grow wheat, so they are the merchants of wheat in those countries. Even in Senegal, in Guinea, whatever, the wheat comes from,
Right.
and they have land that can grow wheat because they grow millet, sorghum, and all that, finger millet, sesame. So Ibrahim Traore said they are lying to us, and he was telling kids. Then in December, the same year, is like
We are harvesting.
we are harvesting. Actually, they were the military guy in charge of that was telling like the people, like, even if we have to sleep just watering, we
We'll
will.
do it.
They harvested, I think, 6,000 hectares. Hey, the rest of us are waiting for 2065. Is it 2050 or 2065? Africa 2065.
Nonsensical policies and plans that do not make sense.
But if there's someone who was very good at making things faster, it was Gaddafi.
What did they do?
So we should make Traore the next chairman of the EU and see what happens. I would be glad, but I wonder if they're still part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to end the live here. Thank you so much for joining us. We will sign in again when? For another live?
Friday.
On
We'll be
Friday.
here on
Please
Friday.
make sure you join us on time. We'll advertise this one earlier so that most of you can be able to, join.
Yeah. So thank you, brothers and sisters. If you'd like to support us, we have that. That is the buymeacoffee.com/African bars. Buy Me a Coffee gives you a very nice platform for supporting creators, as we are growing. When we are big YouTubers, we will be supporting you. But right now, we need your support. And then you can also join our WhatsApp group, because if we have to grow Africa together, it's you and us, right? It's you and us. And that link will definitely take you to our WhatsApp group. Don't be scared. It's not a scamming link or anything. That one just takes you to
the group.
Yeah, we are calling it United with African Bars. We can click the link, and so that you can see that it's genuinely African Bars. It will take you to, I want to show you where it takes you. I'm sharing the screen, and it takes you to this, United with African Bars. Just hit join chat and you'll be united with us. You see our logo, and the name of the group is United with African Bars. So thank you so much. Have a good night wherever you are. If you're in the US, the California, enjoy the rest of your day, and you have a good evening. We see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.